This is Martin Shervington and welcome to Content Marketing using Google+. And we're on to the third stage, creating the content. Now, at this point, you will have listened, so you've got an idea which way you're going with it. You're going to then have decided on the topics and set your outcomes, why you're creating this content. Then you're going to create the content, which sounds pretty easy. But you've got to decide what type of content are you going to use. Are you going to do a blog post? Are you going to do Google Plus posts? Are you going to do videos? Are you going to do presentations? All of that should be determined by your outcomes. If you want to achieve a specific outcome, for instance, engagement within Google Plus, in order to have people visit your website and check out your content there, even potentially buy something from the site, then you want to make sure that the content that you're providing is going to achieve that particular outcome. And there's many options that you have. And I'm going to come on to it a little bit more when we come to repurpose, how you can do different things in different ways using different Google products and services. Lots of difference there. Okay, once you've decided on the type of content you're going to create, have a think about this. How do you create content that is about them? How do you make it about them, whoever the them is? And the them, as Chris Brogan says, is community. How do you make it about the community? So you've got to assume that you're starting to form a community around you and around your business. If you haven't got that, then you've got to build your network a bit more because that's an essential aspect to this process. If a post falls in the stream and no one's there to hear it, does it make a splash? That's what I said on a recent interview, and it's kind of true. If nobody's there to see your content, then nobody can engage with it. So you've got to build your network and then create the relatable content for those people in that network. Make it about them. Now I'm going to give you a few tips in relation to how I've had certain successes with content that I've put out. So one of the ones I want to look at is a post called What is Google Plus, which is on my website, on my blog, martinshervington.com. And if you look down it, you'll see I've used a mix of videos and text and also screenshots. So that blend has broken it up from just being a text post. Now, what you'll find with videos, there's a lot of advantages and there's some disadvantages as well. So you need to be thinking through about how content dates, how often you want to be updating it, if it's sensitive in time or not. So once you've done that though, and you've figured out exactly what you want to do, then there's another big tip, which is if you give away something that other people are most likely that they charge for, then you tend to get more attention because it's something which you've removed all barriers from people accessing it. So that's a really, really useful thing. Is if you want to create the best content in order to get the most attention on that particular blog post or video, then have a think about giving away for free what other people would charge for. So it's just one mentality that I have when I come to creating content. Now, not all content do I think of in that way, and there's lots of content that I do that is what I'll consider smaller posts and are ways of engaging some different audiences, having different conversations, but then occasionally I will do the big post and the big set of content, and even sometimes putting it behind the membership wall on Plus Your Business, which is still then accessible for people to look at for content like on Google Semantic Search. So there's lots to this, but in essence you want to make sure that the content that you do is the best that you can do at that particular point in time. So there we go, that's the create the content phase. So hopefully you'll be able to go off and create your content now, and then we move on to how to promote it, and Google Plus is perfect for that.